This story is based on a call that was reported by a former emergency dispatcher. It wasn't flagged as anything unusual at first, just another late-night call, until it didn't end when it was supposed to. Welcome to Tales Beyond the Flame. The call came in just after 1:40 a.m. A woman, calm, too calm. She gave her address clearly, said she needed someone to come out. When the operator asked what was wrong, there was a pause, not long, just enough to feel deliberate. Then she said, "I think someone is inside my house." Standard procedure. The operator began asking questions. "Are you in a safe place?" "Yes." "Where are you right now?" "In my bedroom." "Is the door locked?" "Yes." Everything seemed normal, controlled. The operator asked if she could hear anything. Footsteps, movement, anything at all. Another pause. Then, no. That was the first thing that felt off. Most callers in that situation are scared. They describe sounds. They panic. But this woman was completely steady, almost like she was choosing her words carefully. The operator continued. "Do you know how they might have entered?" "No." "Are you alone in the house?" "Yes." Another pause. Then the operator heard something. Faint. In the background, a soft sound, like movement. Very slight. "Ma'am, I'm going to need you to stay on the line with me." "I will." The woman didn't sound afraid, not even slightly. That's when the operator asked her to check something. "Can you confirm all the doors and windows were locked earlier tonight?" "Yes." "Are you absolutely sure?" "Yes." Another pause. Then the operator asked, "Can you hear anything right now?" This time, the woman hesitated longer, then quietly said, "Yes." "What do you hear?" A few seconds of silence. Then, "It sounds like breathing." The operator's tone changed immediately. "Where is the sound coming from?" Another pause, longer this time. Then the woman said something that would later be written down word for word. "Not outside the room." The operator froze for a second. "Can you clarify what you mean?" The woman spoke again, even quieter. "It's in here with me." The operator immediately instructed her not to move. "Stay exactly where you are. Officers are on the way." The woman didn't respond right away. Then, finally, "Okay." The line stayed open, silent, except for that faint background noise. The operator listened carefully, trying to identify it, breathing, slow, uneven. But there was something wrong with it. The rhythm wasn't natural, too consistent, too controlled. "Ma'am, I need you to listen to me carefully." "Yes." "Do not speak unless I ask you to. Just stay on the line." Another pause. Then, "Okay." For the next minute, neither of them spoke. The operator monitored the line, listening, waiting. The breathing sound continued. Then suddenly, it stopped. Completely. The silence that followed felt heavier. "Ma'am, are you still there?" A few seconds passed. Then, "Yes." But her voice sounded different, slightly strained, like she was trying to keep it steady. "Is the sound still there?" "No." The operator noted the change immediately. "Did it stop?" "Yes." "Did you see anything?" "No." Another pause. Then the operator asked, "Are you alone in the room?" There was no answer, just silence. "Ma'am?" Still nothing. Then, very faintly. The operator heard something else, a whisper, not from the caller, from somewhere near her, too quiet to understand, but clearly there. The operator's voice sharpened. "Ma'am, I need you to respond." A few seconds later, the woman spoke, but this time, her voice was barely above a whisper. "It told me not to talk." The operator immediately raised her voice slightly. "Ma'am, you need to listen to me. Help is almost there. You need to stay on the line." No response. Ma'am? Silence. Then a sound. A soft shifting noise like fabric moving, followed by something heavier. A slight pressure sound. Then nothing. The operator tried again. Ma'am, can you hear me? Still nothing. Then suddenly, the line picked up a different sound, closer to the phone, breathing again, but louder now, and not from a distance, right next to the receiver. The operator's tone changed. Who is this? No answer, just breathing, slow, measured, then a voice. But it wasn't the woman, it was deeper, flat, and it spoke clearly into the phone. She's still here. The line went dead immediately after, disconnected, no warning, no static, just silence. Emergency services arrived within minutes. The front door was locked, no signs of forced entry. They had to force their way inside. They searched the entire house, every room, every closet, every possible place someone could hide. But they didn't find anyone. Not the woman, not anyone else. Nothing. Except for one thing. Her phone, lying on the bedroom floor, still connected to the call log, and according to the timestamps, the call had not ended when the line went dead. It had continued recording for another 47 seconds. That final part of the recording was reviewed later, multiple times, carefully, because whatever happened during those 47 seconds was never officially explained. At first, there was nothing, just silence. Then, movement, slow, dragging, like something being pulled across the floor. Then a sound, a voice, very faint, recognizable, the woman, but distant, like she wasn't near the phone anymore. She was saying something, repeatedly, but it was hard to make out until the audio was enhanced and the words became clear. Don't listen to it, over and over again. Then a second voice, much closer, clearer, the same one from before. It already did. The recording ended after that. No further sounds, no explanation. The case was never solved, no signs of entry, no evidence of anyone leaving, no trace of the woman, just an empty house, and a recording that shouldn't exist. But the detail that stayed with the operator, the one thing she couldn't explain, was something she noticed while reviewing the call. Something small, easy to miss, at the very beginning of the recording, before the woman said anything, before the operator even spoke. There was already breathing on the line, which meant whoever had been in that room was there before the call even started, listening, waiting, and somehow already connected.